Ooh.
And as per usual, our timing is all off. But that fan is gorgeous.
I want it.
I'm gonna have to. But yes. Kia ora and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. And I am just, thank you. And I'm just drinking water because hydration is very important. And I had all my caffeine today. I don't need more.
Hello. And hello. I am Lana, your resident diva, glowing, here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink that tea because you know I love me some tea. And I'll let you see me now. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently drinking water. But if I was drinking anything else, I'd be drinking it out of my cup mug. Cup mug, deal. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And you can get your cup mug and all of our cup merch. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you down under all y'all, Australia, New Zealand. I'm looking at all of you. Get your cup merch, period.
And I'm David Healy, and I don't have a cute intro, and I don't have a cute shirt either. What the heck?
What did you do today?
I know. Today I decided to wear a plain black shirt because I figured, why would I wear somebody else's merch when we're talking to Rita here? And I'm not able to get Rita's merch yet. Rita, I want to buy your merch. You know, I've been in your DMs like, when can I buy your shirt?
It's coming.
But I am drinking water.
And David already revealed it, but who's this?
Who's this?
Hello, it's Rita Menu here. Woo!
Yes! Rita, we are so thrilled to have you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me onto the podcast. I'm so excited.
We're excited to have you because, I mean, from our Down Under Series 3 reviews, everybody should know if they watched that we were big fans of you, and one person here specifically, I wonder who.
Yes. Yeah. It took one thing, and Rita called me gorge, and I was like, I'm a fan. And she was on my team, and I was like, period. It was, I loved Rita Menu so much, and I was like, when you start talking to me in my DMs, I was like, wait, I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind, but you're one of the first queens who I was just like very much talking to back and forth in DMs and having a good kiki. And I'm a fan. I am a fan, and I love you so much. So much.
I'm a fan of you too.
Who isn't, though? Both of you.
True. Because I don't know how much you know, Rita, but this is Lana's first year of watching Drag Race ever.
Wow.
So every franchise is new for her.
Yes.
So it's been a lovely adventure introducing her to the entire world of Drag Race, because David and I are super fans. We watched, I think, almost everything, if not everything.
Everything, I'm pretty sure.
There's one season I have not watched. And that's season 1 of Italia. That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I made it through season 1 of Down Under, but we're not here to talk about season 1. We're here to talk about season 3. But no, it's been absolutely lovely. We just want to talk about your experience, talk about your drag, because what we're here to do is talk about you and your drag and your fabulosity. And we're going to talk about all of the looks that you unfortunately didn't get to show on the show, which I'm excited to talk about, specifically your finale look. I'm thrilled to talk about that.
Yeah.
So we're going to dive into everything. But before we do, subscribe to the channel, everyone, because we're here talking all things drag, literally. All of them.
Everything.
Even if it kills us.
We watch it.
But yes, we are here. But yeah, Rita, give us a little bit of insight, because you've only been doing drag for what, 2-3 years now? Is it more or less?
So when we filmed the season, which was actually in March, after coming back from set, I was only doing drag. Literally, my 1 year anniversary was the 26th of March. So technically, I was on Drag Race less than a year.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
so
incredible.
It was a huge experience, for me, because when I auditioned, I was like, you know what, I just want to trial to see how the process goes of doing a audition tape, and then afterwards, I was quite happy with what I did, and a lot of the queens here in Hamilton that can understand as well. I literally just filmed it in my house. I didn't go outside. I didn't do all these fancy, you know what, which I think kind of showed my personality quite well. But yeah, it's crazy now to think back then that I was doing it less than a year, and getting on Drag Race, which is for queens and South, is a huge deal. It's a huge milestone in their career, and it's kind of put me in a great position now to go more up and save the world.
I love that. Because you're in an elite club now of people doing drag less than a year. There's not, and getting on Drag Race. I know it's Valentina. I think there's I think Amanda Tears from Drag Race Belgique is amongst that group. There's a couple others that I'm probably forgetting, but that's incredible, and just a testament to your talent and just the raw talent that you have.
Period.
I want to know kind of what the reaction was amongst the other queens in Hamilton, not necessarily finding out, but you being hey, so I'm gonna go off for a month and a half, and huh? What was the reaction like?
Well, I did have, for my package itself, I did have a few people that kind of knew to help me, Rhinestone. Hamilton's such a small community here with drag just growing every time. So I had a small group that literally came over every single night, and we were rhinestoning, we were sewing, we were appliquing, we were doing everything to get my package up to where it was. But I'm assuming it's a very similar thing for queens that get on Drag Race, oh, I'm just off to Bali for a month or so.
Right.
That was my little this is me, I'm going away for a holiday, and everyone's oh no, you're not. We know what's happening.
A holiday to go compete, sure, yeah.
Especially around the time that everyone, I guess, in New Zealand and Australia and the world kind of knew what was happening around that time. But even some of the outsider towns, I did feel a bit of hostility, a little bit of jealousy, because I am technically no one knew who I was, and so they're who is this person? What are they doing? What are they doing that I'm not doing to get on that show? So there was a lot of that as well. But shame to them, they're not on the show.
Exactly.
And you are?
I'm gonna say haters to be your motivators, whatever.
Exactly.
Talking about your package, which I thought what we saw on the show, and we'll talk about the looks that you didn't get to show here in a second. I thought for only doing drag for at that point almost a year, girl, that was impressive. Props to you truly, because I think what you showed and the talent you showed was just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and you had one of my personal favorite looks from the season, your Rocky Horror look. I was obsessed with that one, especially that wig. That was a good one. Do you have a look that you did show that you were the most proud of?
Probably the riffraff as well, because it's such a sentimental thing in Hamilton. Richard O'Brien used to live in Hamilton himself, so we have a statue, and I think it's currently getting done up at the moment, but we used to have like this little section where we had the time warp machine and all of that. We had live shows once a year that happened, and so it kind of was a very sentimental thing to kind of show not just me itself, but like my hometown. So I was very proud of that look.
That was one of my favorites as well. I was like, ugh. And even your Kylie Minogue look, I absolutely love that look.
Oh, it is right there. Oh my god. Oh, I love that.
I love that. And I know you and Ashley both did it. And I like both of them. I was like, they are both amazing. And it looks so good. It looks so good. I was a fan.
That was quite a cute look. Like I was also proud of that one as well because one of the local queens here in Hamilton and also like a really good friend of mine stayed up hours like hand applying every single white and like purple pink stick. It's literally like a sticker, like you know, like a book cover.
Yeah.
So they cut it all, sticked it all down, and it was quite a long process, but like on camera with the lights, it like showed it really lovely. So
shout them out. Nice. Shout them out. They deserve the recognition if you want to.
So Sheila B. Wright from Hamilton, she's a drag queen, and then a good friend Bailey.
Period.
I love it. I love it. So walking in, having, you know, not as much experience as you probably predicted a lot of people did have, what was your first thought as you walked in, and how many of the queens did you actually know going in, if any?
I knew Ivana and Floor previously because, you know, Auckland based. I performed with them and seen them out in the clubs. Other than that, I didn't really know maybe like anyone else because I haven't really experienced or traveled out of New Zealand to go and watch drag itself. So like seeing everyone, I was like, they're all new faces to me, and I didn't know what everyone was bringing. So I was very nervous. You probably could have like told or seen it. Everyone else was nervous as well because you walk in and you're standing there and you're like, line, pose, wait, and then like go to the queens. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was very like dead silent at lots of stages, but after that, like throughout the season itself, I felt like I got more comfortable and was able to speak up a little bit more, and
and that definitely translated. Like we saw, and I think we even mentioned it several episodes in. It's just like, oh, Rita finally feels comfortable, and that translates through the camera. And I'm like, oh, thank God, because we were like, don't let her be an early out, please, because what you showed was incredible. But coming from Hamilton, oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask. So when you get to the workroom, you see everybody. You have introductions. Did anybody, based on first impressions, stand out to you as somebody that might be your biggest competition in the show?
I think personally was Isis and Ivory, only because Ivory was like put together, stunning, and I don't know, I felt this like strong, like not movement, but like strong feeling from Isis, and I was like, she's someone to watch out for.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah, really was right.
Yeah.
And which ones did you think were trash?
Now we're getting to the tea here.
Do we want me to answer that?
If you want to answer that.
If not, we'll move. Just say it.
I think we all kind of like guessed when like Gabriella walked in. We were like, what is this?
I mean, I can see that.
We also saw it as like she has some tricks that, you know, like she's funny. Like that's something that a lot of people I don't think in the season had, was that like characterization, the funny personality, and like that's literally what shone and got her through the season, as well as her talent as well. So I think it was like she knew what she was doing when she walked in, but we were all like, like, you know.
It took a second, and then you're like, oh, you're just a goofball. Okay, that's all it is. Great, cool. I do want to talk about your the herstory making moment that you were a part of, having to pause the lip sync for your life against Ivory and come back the next morning.
Yeah.
Because we've heard a lot of Ivory talking about it, and like I adore Ivory, and I'm glad that she was able to like take that moment and reset and everything, and obviously it ended well for you as well. But talk us through what you were thinking in that moment, because you are also a part of this whole thing going down.
Yeah. Like first of all, I was like very scared and nervous for Ivory out of anything. You probably saw me and Bumper were like literally the only two that ran over and like caught her. I guess that's kind of like an instinct that we kind of have just as like New Zealand Māori people. We like
Of course.
always feel like we have to help everyone. So like, as soon as I saw that happen, I ran over. I was standing on the stage for a very long time, and I was like going through my mind, like, what is happening? Do I have to lip sync again? Do I not have to lip sync? Is she going to be eliminated already? Like, so many emotions were going through my mind. And I remember at one stage I was sitting down on the stage and like was trying not to cry so much because I was just like, what is going to happen? Like, I have no idea. So yeah, a lot of emotions were going through my head at that stage. And then seeing her come back on and RuPaul literally saying the lip sync is going to be moving to the next day, I was like, one, relieved because that wig was glued on so tight that I was like, I did not want to lip sync in that, or the outfit. I thought it was going to fall apart as well. So I was relieved, and I was probably relieved also for Ivory to get some rest and get ready for a good lip sync.
Totally. And then coming back in the next morning with just Ru, production, and Ivory. What is that moment like?
Very scary because like usually Ru has people like judges and that to kind of like bounce off, whereas they were out of drag, literally staring at you, and it was very nerve-wracking. I was like, one wrong move and I'm gone, or I don't know, like like just walking in on set in general was really scary because it's just a black wall and you've got cameras everywhere. So it was kind of like, oh, like we don't even have the queens behind us kind of like cheering on and getting us in the moment more. So yeah, I was scared.
Yeah, I can imagine because being in like, I would rather sing to like a crowd full of people where I can't really see their face instead of singing to like one or two people. And it's like, oh no, the judgment is real. Yeah, so because when I was in college, I had to do juries, is what they called it.
Oh, yeah.
Because a vocal performance, so you had to do juries. And it was like a jury of 5 people, all of your professors, and they're just sitting there and they're looking at you and writing, and you're like, no, can I just go to the auditorium and have the whole school come and I'll sing to everybody? I would rather do that than that is the scariest moment. I felt for you when that happened. I was like, oh God, both of them should probably. I'm so nervous just having Ru look at them like, what you got? What you got?
And of course, Ru giving nothing in the face.
Nothing.
I was just like, okay, and it was so early in the morning, and that we were like so exhausted and tired already from the day before. We were like, yeah, I was not stretched enough, as you probably saw in that first clip. But like, I was, I don't know, it was like, it's always cold in there as well, like when you're performing. So it was heaps of things happening at the same time, and like then just Ru by himself, and we're like, okay.
Can you reveal what time that was that you had to do it, or is that?
I think we had to be there like by 6 or 7 in the morning.
Oh,
from memory, like don't quote me on that. I'm not too sure, but it was really early. Yeah.
And I'm very curious about the moment that everybody was talking about after that lip sync when it appeared that your hand got stepped on by Ivory. Did you feel it?
in the moment I didn't feel it, but then I was like, oh, like afterwards when I got back in like on set, I was like, oh, like what's wrong? But I remember afterwards, when I was helping her up, she was like saying, "Oh, you punched me." I didn't even realize I punched her by accident, but you didn't see that on camera.
Okay, well,
We did not see that.
Going
No.
for literal murder on the dance floor.
and I was gonna say too, y'all got a good song that people have been waiting to see on Drag Race. So as soon as I saw that it was Sophie Ellis-Bextor, I was like, yes, I love it. I love
And
it.
you murdered the song, though. I was like,
You did.
I will say this. It was like halfway through. I was like, oh, Rita won this. I was like, Rita won this. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I feel
Love
like
you, Ivory, but
love you, Ivory, but Rita won this. And if she didn't win this, I'm gonna be like, Rue, what is the problem? Because what I'm looking at, she ate this up. You ate it up. I was like, she won.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's a lip sync that you didn't eat up on the show. Honestly,
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She ate up 2 in 1 episode.
Totally.
Especially.
I think you're the second queen ever to do that. You and Avantgarde are the only ones to do 2 in 1 episode in that style.
That's crazy.
And ate them up. Like,
yeah.
I was like, is she the season's lip sync assassin? Is that what's happening right now?
You know, I think based on the distribution of all of the other lip syncs, I would say so.
I would think so.
I'll take that.
I'll say it. If Ivory can name herself Miss Congeniality and it get added into the Wikipedias, then right here, right now, we are declaring Rita Menu the lip sync assassin of season 3.
Period.
What was your favorite lip sync to do?
Probably the Adam Lambert one. Like, so when we got our like little MP3s, that was the 2 songs that I want. Like, if I had to lip sync, those are the 2 songs I knew and I really wanted to do. So as soon as I knew I was lip syncing against Ivana, I was like, I kind of played up for like camera, being like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I knew what was gonna happen. I was like, I'm doing that.
Sure.
Yeah, that was another one. I was like, oh, she is eating this up.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous, like being in that outfit as well. I was like, oh, like could I take this skirt off? Like, how am I gonna move in it? And actually backstage, I think it was Gab that was actually like, you need to take that skirt off. Like, I will help you get out of it, and then you just hold it on stage. And so that's what I did. And as soon as it started, that came up straight away, and like I was more free to do what I wanted to do. You know.
Good.
Yeah. Such a good lip sync.
So good.
It was so good.
I love that one. Like, I still perform it here in Auckland and Hamilton now and again.
I think I saw you
that
put
version.
it on Instagram.
Yeah, that version.
I think I saw you put it on Instagram. I was like, oh yes.
I had my little vaginal hair.
Oh, I saw that. Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to talk about looks?
Let's talk about looks. I think we should talk about looks.
Please. That sounds great. We've got 4 to discuss. I wish it was less because I wish you had more time on the show, but you know, we'll take what we can get.
Yeah.
Now this future look first. I love
one of the
it.
gloves right now.
Oh my god, I love that.
Okay, so
yeah.
I want to know if we're going to do this because we're going to do this in front of Miss Rita Menu because we should score the outfits like we would do if she was.
You're shady, Lana.
No, because
they're all great. There's no shade to be had here.
I'm about to say, if we're going to keep it 100, then we should be able to score the looks because they are the looks.
I'm fine with that.
Rita just gets to experience David's low scores in person.
Right.
That's what it is.
My scale is just a little bit lower. Like, I can like something the same amount as them, but just give it like a slightly lower score.
We'll be like, oh, we love it. It's a full cup for us. They're like, it's a 79. You're like, what?
Literally?
What?
It's a 60. I'm like, what?
What does that mean? They're like, no, I really like it.
Yes.
But you gave it a 70. Like,
Bumpa Love even called me out in my DM. She's like, and I appreciate your very low scores compared to everybody else.
My God.
I love Bumpa.
No, we love them. Okay, but
Yeah.
this look here,
Yeah.
adorable. But
Yeah.
first, you can tell us what was the inspiration, what you know, all of that,
Yeah.
and then we'll score.
So before, so actually, I got another outfit. I
Mhm.
think it was 3 or 4 days before leaving for Drag Race, and it
Mhm.
didn't fit. So this was actually done. And there was another outfit that was also done 1 day before leaving as well, which I think was my Under the Rainbow.
Okay.
But this one, so my whole idea and concept was I wanted the bow as the focal point, and I was going to have like a nude illusion with the ribbon kind of wrapping around my whole body, and then a train with 2 ribbons. So I was like a bow, or like a
Yeah.
present. And then unfortunately it didn't fit, so we had to make something really quickly. So still the similar concept of going with like the bow as the focal point, and then I kind of wanted to make it more cutesy, and so it was all more like a little girl who's like going to her little birthday present, or I don't know. That was the kind of vibe we were going for. Yeah, and of course fuchsia, like everything fuchsia. So
Yeah.
very pink.
I love that. I like the bow. I love the whole
yeah.
bow concept. It's so cute. And yeah, I like how you got the bows and the hair because the wig is wig. I love that. I think the dress is cute. I think it's a cute, like you said, it's a cute little girl kind of going to a cute birthday party or some sort of thing. It's cute. I like.
Me too. And I'm also curious, like the fabric behind you, was that going to be part of the outfit or was that just for this photo shoot?
So the fuchsia that's the same color as my outfit was going to be a part of it, and I still had it as like almost like a belt that the train, almost like
Okay.
a ribbon at the end that would just like kind of
Sure.
follow behind me.
Okay.
But not the other one. That was just for
Oh, that's
some
cute. That
photos.
makes it even better.
Love it.
That
all
makes
the
it even
all the
better.
photos you posted for all of the looks you didn't show, gorge.
Thank you. Yeah, I worked really hard with my photographer Kelsey here in Hamilton, and I had the concept, and she kind of like brought it to life. So I was very excited for my whole looks, and the photo shoots that we kind of did all together.
Did Kelsey Harding, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah,
Did she do all of your photography for the season?
majority of them. I think I had like 2 that weren't done through Kelsey.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Yeah, I mean, knowing that this is basically the 3rd iteration of this look that you had, it's still a great concept. And like the way, like I love that all of the future fabric would have just fallen behind. Like I love that. Because I love a big dramatic like train moment, even if it's something smaller like this. I love it.
We're size queens here. We like bigger things. So.
David is definitely
Especially me.
Oh,
especially David.
that is true.
But
That is true. But I'm gonna give it a 90.
I will give it a 88.
I am going to give it a nice, this is a good score. I'm going to give it an 81. That means there's room to go up.
It's not a 60 at least.
It's not.
No, not this time.
Okay. Next.
The backyard barbecue.
Oh, yeah, I love
this is cute. So what was the presentation for this going to be like?
It ended up being a few things in the end, but my whole idea from the very start was, like, I feel like, I don't know if it's common overseas or anywhere, but like in New Zealand, there's always like your auntie that comes to a party and then she always leaves with everything else, or, like the whole food. So like that was my first kind of like concept and idea around it. But then my partner Cody actually made my outfit, and it kind of gave me like garlic bread vibes. So I was like,
I love it.
Yeah, and then like I guess when we started doing the photo shoot, it started looking very like Barbie house. So like it's kind of a mixture of a lot of things put together. But yeah, like I enjoyed shooting this. This was quite a fun thing. We actually shot it at my partner's boss's house. So yeah.
And what's a headpiece exactly there? I can't really tell.
So it was like 2 bowls that I just kind of like stuck together. Yeah. So I had like, if I was gonna do the runway, I had like the Tupperware kind of all in on my hands, and they had like matching pink with the shoes, the headpiece, and yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Love that.
Yeah.
And
I
yeah,
wanted
love
to do something like cool and different on the headpiece, and which I haven't done before. So
Right.
Love it.
it's very common for, especially in my culture, for the aunties to come to the house, or for anybody to come to the house, and they don't bring nothing, but they take everything.
yeah,
They take it
I'm
all.
in here.
It's very common in my culture. We definitely do that. We are the Tupperware and the aluminum foil and yeah. I love this. It's so cute. It looks like, is that supposed to be foil? Your outfit is foil.
Yeah, so it's actually like a really thin, almost like reflective material that we lined it with like a really almost it's like interfacing but a bit thicker.
Mhm.
So we can kind of create the shape and like have it a bit asymmetrical as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Mhm.
that. I love the concept. I love the bowls on the head for the headpiece. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like somebody went to the restaurant and they said, "I'll take the whole menu, wrap it up in some foil."
Oh,
This
good
would have
to
been
go.
your runway, the food runway. I'm mad that you missed the food runway. Like,
yeah.
hello?
I mean, you
What is
already the
that?
menu. If you had, this would have been so perfect. Okay.
I love the aluminum foil effect. That's my favorite part about this, because I think this would have stood out so differently from everything else. And I mean, a lot of people did, some things that were a little questionable for backyard barbecue. Let's just say that. Just maybe a scotch. But so I think this would have just fit in so perfectly. You next to Gabriella's ketchup.
That
Everything.
would have been perfect.
Oh,
And
what
your
a
face looks so good here too.
oh yes.
Yeah, that's
So
some good
good.
makeup.
Yes.
So scores.
It's a 90 again.
David.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
I am gonna give this a 72. It's still good. It's still good.
Still good. Still good. And it's a 90 for me. Because I love foil and the whole concept is everything. I love it.
Yes.
Oh,
Now this make
Miss
over
Ma'am.
Rita Menu.
Miss Ma'am.
Now you
Okay.
know we love some purple here.
Yeah.
Lana's the queen of
So
purple.
Yeah.
that is true.
I'm not wearing it today.
Favorite
But,
color.
purple is
And
my
mine.
favorite color too.
Oh.
David, is your favorite color purple?
No,
Then you have to leave. I'm so sorry.
It never is.
I like it though.
You have to. You
Sure.
have to. But this, yeah. Okay, first of all, your wig, I want it. Like, I want that so bad. That is beautiful. Now, I wouldn't know how to put it on because I don't know how to do lace wigs at all because I am horrible at it. But it's beautiful. And I love how you did the purple dress with the black and white stole on you, and then the black and white dress and the purple stole on her. Oh, it's everything. And the makeup is I'm coming to New Zealand. I'm coming to Hamilton, and I need you to show me how to do makeup. Just do me, drag me up, do me, because I have no idea how to do makeup.
I can do that. I can do that.
I'm on my way because this is beautiful. This is stunning, stunning.
Yeah, I wanted to go more like most of my outfits I think were quite short and they were still very bodycon, but I feel like for me, the family resemblance was to show off my shape because I was classed as like, a bigger queen. So like I love showing off my curves. So the dress was like a very tight fitting silhouette. And then of course keeping it very simple but also elegant at the same time by literally having the exact same color palette that we're working with. And yeah, just doing something a bit different. Like it's very regal and very like royal, and that was kind of the vibe I wanted to go for and show a bit of diversity. And yeah.
And this is with your sister Necromantique, correct?
Yes, and like if you see Necro in drag normally is a very like spooky queen, and this is very different for them. So like they were shocked just to see themselves in like very glam and like pretty look, and it was like quite cute, like weird to see her like that as well. So it was really lovely to have her on board with us and do the shoot with me.
I peeped the Instagram. I saw the usual drag. It's very different.
Very different. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this one too. And yeah, you did the perfect thing that just it should be like obvious to everybody. If you're gonna have like a makeover look, don't make them look identical, but take parts of them and make them match, but maybe inversed a bit. And you did that perfectly here. And I really love this fabric that you're wearing. Like that fabric is just so velvety and beautiful. It feels so soft to look at even. See, this is why I don't give like all extremely high scores, because then there's nowhere to go. So
True.
I'm glad that I saved my higher scores for this one.
There are places to go. It's called our arbitrary scoring system that is above 100 that we've just come up with over time. I will say though, I will agree. I think she did what needed to be done.
Period.
Absolutely. It's full
Period.
for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Full. Please. My cup. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to give this a 92.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
I love it. Oh, yes, the mug there. We love the mug there.
You did. Oh, my cup is overflowing. It's at the bottom of the ocean. It's Titanic. It's. This is so.
We need a new score that says rich bid. Because that's what
right. That's just giving rich. It's giving elegance. It's giving sophistication. This is beautiful. I think this is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. It's so good.
I think you're gonna have to maybe bring that banner up again here, because I'm so excited to talk about your finale look.
Oh,
this is of the finale looks that I've seen from this cast. I'm gonna be real honest. This is my favorite out of anybody on season 3. This is so impeccably done. And I wanted to ask also about your Maori heritage and including that into this look, and just talk us through the inspiration behind this, because you're also wearing your family's korowai, if I remember correctly.
Correct, yeah. So my finale, I really wanted to go for brown excellence. And I think it was, I haven't really been in touch with like my Māori side a lot because my parents split up when I was really young. So kind of getting into drag, and I started feeling like I had a purpose and like wanted to focus more on my heritage and being brown. And I guess in the world of drag here in New Zealand and Australia, there's not a lot of that. And so I kind of wanted to put a statement out and push that. And I feel like my drag at the moment is going towards like brown excellence and supporting brown artists. So doing that, I wanted to go, of course, a brown dress, very simple, put together, and matching it with like a really soft tone, which we went for like a nice peachy sort of look, which was almost asymmetrical as well. But then having my family korowai, it's kind of a statement piece. You only kind of wear that now and again, where you're like, I wore it at graduation and those sort of things, the weddings and so forth. You don't actually wear it all the time. So if I made it that far, that would have been like a huge honor just to wear it in general. So yeah, it was really lovely, and I felt very at ease and at home when I was doing the shoot. We did it in Hamilton as well, so we did it actually by the Hamilton Lake, with like surrounded by New Zealand nature, and like even the headpiece itself, I kind of wanted to replicate like a crown in some form. So yeah, it's a very sentimental piece that I love and adore, and it's just so cool to see, especially this season, like more POC performers. Of course, Bumper also wearing korowai on the main stage. It's a huge deal to be wearing those sort of things, and an honor as well. Yeah.
And I was gonna ask as well, how was it having Bumpa there with you, being two very strong Maori figures on this show, like how, like when that sort of realization hit of like, wow, we're doing something incredible, and like this season being groundbreaking as far as Drag Race Down Under is concerned for the amount of POC representation, like how was that for you, and that like realization that, oh, we're gonna do some big things here?
Yeah, it was very heartwarming. I didn't know Bumper prior, but when we were starting to talk on set, I didn't realize Bumper was from Auckland, and like started talking about her family and everything. It was just really lovely to have such a strong figure to kind of look up to, and we clicked straight away. And I still visit her now and again. I've stayed at her house a few times when I'm in Melbourne. Like, she's so lovely, and it was just really cool to have that person there that I guess we understood each other a little bit more and could fall back on each other. Like, yeah, after every single lip sync that I had to do, she would like talk to me and was like, "You slayed," like, you know, like she always was so lovely, so motherly, and yeah, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
We love Mother Bumpa here. We love her.
Me too. And during our cast assessment, we kept calling her Korowaya jacket because we didn't know what it was called.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, David, but
I'm glad. It's actually one of my favorite things from the season because I talked to Bumpa a bit on Instagram afterwards, and she was like, "Oh, you should check out this video. I explain what a Korowaya is." And so, like, I would throughout the rest of the season, I would like call it when I saw a Korowai. I'm like, "There's a Korowai," as Bumpa always says. "Come on, Korowai!" So I love seeing culture. Especially cultures that we don't really have in the United States, we're not exposed to. So I thought it was lovely, and I think this is a beautiful representation of that. It's just so good. And look at your face again. You know
exactly.
It's so regal. You look so regal in this picture. It's everything. It's so beautiful. The way the light is hitting your face, the way your body is just cinched, and it's so. I am speechless at how beautiful this is. Hearing you talk about your culture and how important it is and how you wanted to represent it, and seeing this picture, just how beautiful it is. I love that. I'm like David. We don't get to see that kind of representation here often. And a lot for me, watching Drag Race, all these international seasons this year, I've been seeing more and more different cultures that I don't get to see on a regular basis. And I love that I get to watch something, enjoy it, and then be like, let me do the research about what this actually means and why this was so important. And this, my dear, is stunning. I have no words how beautiful this is. This is I love it. I have chills. I have chills. I can't.
Every photo from this shoot too that you posted is incredible. Like, just I mean, if it goes without saying, overflowing, all the things. The score is out of the universe.
I'm pouring all of my, and it's spilling all over.
And I'm gonna do it. This is gonna get a full cup for me.
Yes! It doesn't happen very often, but we do celebrate it when that happens.
It's stunning. This is stunning.
Truly.
Look, take it off my screen. I can't look.
I know. I'm like, yeah.
I literally have tears in my eyes.
No.
So okay.
Well, I don't think I had any other questions. I don't know, Lana, David, if you did.
Okay. Yeah, I have something I wanted to do. So I just quickly wrote down a few little superlatives. And I want to know who you would name for each superlative from your cast. It could be anybody. It could be you, even if you want. But you don't have to give any explanations unless you want. But there's about 10 of them I wrote down. So.
Oh, cute.
Okay.
We are Pop Buzz now. We're taking over for Pop Buzz.
Oh, is that something somebody else does?
For the UK.
Oh, okay. Well, yes.
Hosted by the fabulous, iconic Why She Black, who is incredible.
Yes.
But
okay. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Who was the kindest?
Bumper.
Bumpa.
Yeah.
Shadiest?
Can I give two answers?
Sure.
Of course.
I'd say Ashley Madison
Yep.
and Floor, but I think Floor was like a nice shady. Like it was
Mhm.
still really funny and like she hit it, but then was just like she always laughed afterwards. And it was like I liked it. So yeah.
Let
those
me
are my
tell you
answers.
something. That is so funny because we said that.
We did.
said that about Floor. We're like, Floor is shady, but why do we like her being shady? Her and Hollywood, I was like, they're shady, but they are funny with it. But then it was I think it was the first episode, we did say that about Ashley. We're like,
Yeah.
well, Ashley's is a little shady, but I don't know if I like how shady she is. It was just a different sort of shade that was coming from Ashley than it was from Floor. So I get that is so funny. Okay.
We love both of them
We
too.
love them
Yeah,
both.
of course we do. Yeah.
I am a huge fan.
Yes, me too. Okay. Next question. Who is the funniest?
Ivory.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wow.
that tracks.
Really, really funny. Like I would also say Gab as well, but just seeing what Ivory does also just on a day-to-day basis on social media, it's bloody hilarious.
Oh, following her on Twitter is one of my
Yes.
favorite pastimes. Truly, I'm just like, yes.
I agree. Okay, most fashionable.
Ivory.
Okay,
Yeah.
good
Her
choice.
looks were like chef's kiss. Every single
Yeah.
one of them. I remember her like because we were next to each other in the workroom, and I just remember her like pulling out all of her stuff. I was like, oh, that's so pretty. Oh. And she would
For
also
sure.
send me like her photos before we post it the
Yeah.
night before, so I'd always see them and I was just like, oh my gosh, like breathtaking.
They're all incredible.
They are.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, next one. Sexiest.
Did I say the pit crew? Like
Period.
The pit crew did
No
win a
one.
challenge.
yeah.
Ben from the pit crew won a challenge, so sure.
No one on my cast.
Fair.
Fair.
Okay, who is most likely to give you brutal honesty?
Ooh. I don't feel like anyone did. Confessionals were a different thing, but
Uh-huh.
I'd probably say Hollywood. Like Hollywood was actually like really good about that sort of thing, so I'll say Holly.
Right.
Okay, who was most likely to lend you something to wear?
Ooh. Bumper. I actually borrowed like nails for Snatch Game, so
Okay. Okay, who's most likely to leave you on red? You can pass if you want.
oh, Flaw, because she's already done it to me today. No.
I love it.
Okay. Who's the biggest flirt?
Ooh. Ivana.
Okay.
That tracks.
Yes, it does.
That tracks.
Okay. Who's most likely to win Miss Congeniality?
Me.
Okay.
Period.
I mean,
I
she's already
you
named
are
it
from
that,
New
Miss
Zealand,
Congeniality.
so
Yeah, like it's a trend, you know. We've already had it first 2 seasons. One other game.
I mean, look how you helped Ivory. You were just so nice and kind and wanted to be there for help make sure. I think you're just a nice person. It's you.
Right.
It's you.
But Ivory did name herself Miss Congeniality, though. We have to.
look, this would be the first season where everybody votes for themselves.
Could you imagine?
Okay. I have 3 more questions.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to win Down Under All Stars?
Ooh,
Ooh.
That's a good one, David.
that is a good one. I think I want to see either Yuri or Beverly.
Oh, yes.
Those
And
would
they're
be good
both
choices.
they're both sweethearts too. I met
They
them both
are.
at DragCon this last year. Incredible.
Okay. Kind of similar. Who's most likely to do a versus the world?
Rita Menu.
Yeah, me. We'll say. I don't want
That
to get
works.
cancelled for anything. So me.
I would love to see it.
I would love to see it too. I will watch it.
Which
Mhm.
one would you want to do?
You want to do Canada or Global All Stars?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Get
then
put up
my
against the big guns.
yes. My last question's a little weird. We just got confirmation that they're casting for season 4. So who's most
Thrilled.
likely to be cast on season 4? Somebody you know.
I really want to see more Hamilton representation, so I'm backing my Hamilton girls 100%.
Period.
Okay. Cool. Let's hope
Fabulous.
so.
Yeah.
Fingers
Period.
and toes crossed.
Yeah. Lana, do you have any other questions?
I don't have questions because honestly, my thing is I just want to just talk about how amazing I love Rita, how much I love Rita Menu.
Oh,
I just want
please
to spend the last few minutes of this, however much time, because honestly, like I think Down Under, no, España was the first season of
Yeah.
Drag Race that I watched. It was España, then France.
I think
Was it
so.
España, France, then Down Under.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mexico in between them.
They're all just at the same time anymore.
Yeah,
Who
but
remembers?
around that same time, they all came out, and I was watching, and I always would pick my favorite queens from each franchise that I watched. I'm like, I don't know why they just we call them our heart picks. Everybody had their heart picks. You were my heart pick for Down Under, and I don't know why. And it wasn't anything specific that you did, or it wasn't anything that you said or anything. It was just when you walked out and you was like, want a menu? Read a menu. And I was like, that's so cute. I love that. And then you were just so sweet on the show. And I was like, my heart pick is Read a Menu. I don't care what anybody say. That's going to be my heart pick. And I was just became the whole, like I said, defender. Like anytime anybody said anything a little bit shady, I was like, no, we will not say this about Miss Rita Menu.
She got on my ass about that for sure.
Yeah, like for sure. Like I didn't care what it was, the minutest, shadiest thing, like little thing. Like, they can say they didn't like an outfit, and I'm like, what we're not gonna do is talk about Miss Rita Menu's outfit, because Miss Rita, her outfit is amazing. I don't care what you say. I never scored low too much. I don't think I ever scored you low. I don't think I did. I might have, maybe one. I don't know, but I don't think I did. But I just want to say, Rita, I love you so much. I appreciate you. Number one, because you were just so nice to me, and you didn't have to be. You really didn't have to be. My grandmother always told me, people don't have to be nice to you. And I'm like, yeah, people don't have to be nice to me. It's not their job to be nice to me. But the fact that all of the Down Under girls, you all were so kind to this podcast. You were so kind to this podcast when David reached out and asked about the Instagram videos. Almost everybody sent in a picture. And I was like,
and even the ones that didn't, I ended up hearing from them
right,
just a little bit
responded
later.
It was like that's so incredible, because we don't have that with every franchise. Everybody don't do it. And so the fact that you all were so nice to us, and we're just a small little podcast still trying to chug along and try to do better and try to get better. The fact that you all were so nice to us and reached out and was so kind, I was like, oh, I love this cast. Before a single episode was shown, I was invested in this season. I was like, because of that, I love these girls. And you all have been my favorite cast of all franchises, of all of them. And I can honestly say that you all were my favorite cast, and I enjoyed every second of Down Under, and I enjoyed every second you were on my screen. And the fact that you reached out to me and was talking to me on our DMs on Instagram, I was like, am I losing it? Is this my life now? I have amazing queens that are like talking to me now. And it's because, like, literally, you are the first one to do that. And now I have several queens talking to me in my Instagram. And I'm like, this is amazing. And I never thought this was happening. You're amazing. I love you. You're beautiful. You're stunning. I want to come to Hamilton so you can show me how to do makeup because your makeup is always on point. Even when we did our Instagram thing, that's what we commented the most. We were like, her makeup.
I was like, the makeup. Hello.
It was like we don't know what you're gonna bring to the show, but we knew your makeup was gonna be amazing. You're beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna stop gushing. That's it. I love you. That's all I'm gonna say. I just love you so much.
What she said.
Yeah. How do you top that? But yes, like she said, I appreciate you being so willing to respond to me anytime I messaged you on Instagram, because I was like, oh, you're so dang sweet. Like, you were one of my favorite people to talk to throughout the season, just because you were just so generous with your time and chatting with us. So yeah, you're the best.
Thank you.
And I would say the Down Under franchise as a whole have all just been, in all of my interactions with everyone from the franchise that I've been able to interact with, all of you have just been so wonderful and lovely and like just phenomenal. Wonderful, great, love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Oh, I did have a question though.
Yeah.
Now, all right. I was about to say I did have one. I couldn't remember. I just was going to go forever. But I did have a question. So, life after Drag Race, how has that changed for you? Like, how is now you got these gigs popping up? You're super busy all the time. How has life changed for you since Drag Race? I know that's a cliche question, but I want to know.
Crazy, but good. Like, I technically actually resigned my job yesterday, but I've been off my normal 9 to 5 job. I've been off for 3 months. They kind of gave me 3 months leave to focus on drag and kind of get the understanding of if I wanted to stay in drag or go back to a normal job. But like yesterday I resigned, so it was a huge thing. And I've been traveling around New Zealand and Australia a lot, and it's just really lovely to see and meet people, and just kind of like meet the fans, meet everyone who like has watched Drag Race. And I went to Broken Hill, which is like the middle of the Brokeback Australia, like outback. Literally no one knew who we were, but it was just so lovely to kind of be in a different environment and share what I love, which is drag and performing. So yeah, I've enjoyed traveling. Traveling is so much fun. Like, I have probably traveled the most in this last year than I have ever in the past before drag. So I love that. I love just coming up with, like, I feel like my drag is elevating, and it's just feels like it's getting better and better over time, because, you know, I started off as a nobody, but now I feel like I'm a somebody now, and it's I don't know, it's a dream that I never thought would come true, first of all, to get on Drag Race, and now afterwards it's just such a fun experience. And I'm currently I just started working as well at Paluzzi, which is what Keita and Anita both own.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I've been traveling around with Keita quite a lot, and just making those relationships within drag too, to hopefully give me some amazing opportunities in the future. So yeah, it's been a crazy ride, but I've enjoyed every second of it.
DragCon LA.
I was gonna say, speaking of meeting fans, doing more things.
Hopefully, I really want to come to America. I remember doing like other podcasts with a few other people from America, and they're like, "Oh, you need to come and experience the drag." I was like, "I really need to." Like, it is just something. Like, you know, you always see Queen's Point. My favorite drag queen of all time is Latrice Royale, and I would die to see Latrice. So I need to come to America.
He's incredible.
That is. Why are we alike? Why you are me and me, because Latrice Royale was the first queen that I've ever watched, and I was like, I love her, adore her, love her. Oh my god. So yeah, if you come to DragCon, please know I will be there. So yeah.
I was gonna say, if it sweetens the pot, we will be there. Mm-hmm. So
No,
So
you were probably disappointed that Latrice and Manila weren't doing their coverage for Down Under season 3 because all the season 2 and 1 girls got to talk to them.
I did get it was not a shout out, but it was on Willem and Alaska's podcast.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
They were like talking and they were like, oh, there's a drag queen from Down Under called Remy, and they like died about the name. So I was like,
Yeah.
it's all right. I got that mention, so I'm happy with that.
There you go.
Well, I mean, that's how Karen from Finance got so popular. So I guess, you know what? We'll work with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
how did you come up with Rita Menu? Quick question.
That's a lovely final question, too.
I was so before drag, I was going to a few local shows and ended up catching up with all the local queens in Hamilton for like a drink. And I was like, I want to start drag. I wanted a name that kind of played on a word. And we were kind of around the table throwing out ideas. And the first name that actually people were going to call me was the worst drag name I've probably ever heard, which was, what was it? Like, Megan. I was like, never.
Why do I love that? I love that. Wait.
You can say that if you want to.
I might. Actually, you know what? I might.
But then we just started throwing out names, and then Rita came around, and I was like, Rita Ora, love performer, like love her. And then we started playing off that name, and then Rita Menu came along. We're like, that's the one. That's the name.
I love that.
I love
And
that.
then it kind of just stuck with me. And then my partner was even like, you should change your name, And I was like, no, I'm staying with this.
So that makes your intro line make even more sense since you start out and you say Rita bitch. No, Rita Menu.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love that. That's where I fell in love with Rita Menu. I was like, I love that.
I love it. Well, Rita, thank you so much for joining us. This has been absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Please promote all of the things you're doing. Please.
Yes. I do have a few like local shows coming up. I've actually got a show coming up next week with Flora and Yuri in Hamilton. You can probably find me on Kalutsi in Auckland on K Road, usually every Friday and Saturday night. And then DragCon LA.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
And
If you
merch
need help with
store
your
coming
booth,
soon, hopefully.
that part too.
If you need help with your booth, I'm here for you.
We got you. So I worked Minnie's booth last year, so it would not be out of the realm of possibility for us to do it. But
Sure.
thank you, Rita. You're incredible.
Yeah.
And we want to thank all of you for watching. Go follow everything Rita's doing. Go do it right now. If you're not, what are you doing? Go follow Rita. And while you're doing that, come back here and subscribe to our channel because we're covering all things drag. We will be back here for Drag Race Down Under Season 4. Rita, will you join us for Season 4 coverage?
Done.
Perfect.
We'll work it out.
Perfect. Fabulous. Make sure to subscribe. Follow us on all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod for all of your most up-to-date Cup news and our funny moments because we are some funny bitches, as you saw in this hour of entertainment. And while you're down in the description, make sure to go get your merch as well, including but not limited to the Cup mug. Hell, we might bring one for you, Rita, when you come to DragCon. I'll do that. You know what? I'm saying it here. I'll do it. I'm bringing you a mug.
Yeah.
Yes. And with all that being said, cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
We love Rita Menu.
Yes, we do.
So
We do love
much.
Rita Menu.